Okay, now we've got it working. Hello everyone, welcome to my video. This is my second devlog, and I'm planning to make it a little bit more exciting than my first one. It was a little bit too chill and ambiguous, which kind of reflects the state of the project at the time, to be honest. This devlog should be a little bit more exciting for ya. Let me tell you a bit about what Dooshmoovin is and how it came about. The name Dooshmoovin didn't come to me. It's not my own original word. It's literally just something that my mate Jack from school said. He used to call this certain thing that we used to do Hoovin Dooshmoovin. I might go into that a bit more another day. Dooshmoovin came from my boy Jack. Love you, Jack. I miss you, man. Shout out to you, Jack. I'm gonna pop your little head in this little thing if you let me. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself. So my name's Jordan and I'm a parkour teacher. Yeah, I'm a parkour teacher and I've been doing parkour for 10 years. I've been teaching it for 6. I'm a spiritual guy and I live in a van. Now I'm making a game. Okay, so enough about me. General story of Dooshmoovin is you are the consciousness. It's also the general story of you. It's so hard to stay concise. I have so much that I want to say, but I'll wrap up the story by just saying this is to convey to people the universal pattern of desire. The plan is to kind of make people aware. I love this shit, man. I love making this game. It is the funnest thing I do other than parkour and seeing my partner. I've been probably putting like 5 to 10 hours into this project a day. This shit is fun as fuck. So the genre of this game is going to be a parkour roguelike beatemup. That's what my original plan has been. I don't actually know if I'm going to transcend that or not transcend that. I'm like, yeah, I'm a spiritual boy. Do you know it yet? But I'm not sure if I'm going to put multiplayer in, but I'm hoping to get a bit of local multiplayer and eventually some online multiplayer functionality. Moving on to the changes that I've made since the last video. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I started a whole new project. The reason I started a whole new project was because the last one was a piece of shit. Basically, in the last project, it was just such a mess because I didn't know where the next move was gonna be, like what my next piece of workflow should be. So I looked around on the internet a little bit and I found that the best way to do that is to design it based on making the player do cool things and slowly introducing them to more and more nuances of the mechanics, giving a lot of exploration opportunities for players that are interested in that type of thing, because I want it to be a bit of a cool, trippy experience for the player. So with that being said, I'll talk to you a little bit more about what I've done to make things a little bit more intuitive. I'm not going to go into the scripts, which I know some people are probably going to be pissy about. Like if these videos start to blow up a little bit, like and subscribe, by the way. I'm very sorry, but I'm not going to be sharing this stuff, at least not until the game releases. So the main thing that I really want to show off in this episode is the way that the movement in my game is going to work. It's going to be really fucking cool, man. What I'm going for here is kind of like an intuitive and hands-on approach to the movement. You can kind of think about it like VR, but without the actual like headset. So basically, if you use left mouse button, it will do your left hand, and if you I don't know why that animation's like that. If you click with your left hand, it will make your left hand come up. If you click the left mouse button, it will make the left hand come up. If you click the right mouse button, it will make the right hand come up. Pretty simple. So the way that you're going to move around is by moving the camera. So if you grab something and throw it like that, it will do this. It will throw you in whatever direction is opposite to what you did. You grab things and you throw in whatever direction you want to go. Okay? Once you get the hang of it, it's a lot of fun to use. So yeah, that's basically how you'll move around normally. Now, the thing that I reckon is actually the most exciting part about this movement system is the dive and swing mechanic that I've got. It's kind of like a little bit of a Spider-Man type movement system. So if you guys have played The Amazing Spider-Man, basically what you can do is you can like jump off things and you dive. And the more you dive, the more momentum you'll get. It's the same thing here. So I'll dive off this thing and I'll grab onto that and I'll swing over here. Like an absolute monkey ninja boy. And it's so much fun. I just... Development has been a hard and long process because Mans just keeps getting caught on having too much fun with his own game. That's probably a bad thing. Actually, no, that's definitely not a bad thing. And you can use it to chain really, really cool combos together and like swing around corners and all that type of thing. So if I bam, 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 this is like our little tutorial map that we've got going on. Bam, bam, short track, going up like a monkey. And yeah, that is the swinging mechanic. So I've given you a demo of what you can do with it basically, but I haven't really told you how it works. If you guys really, really want, when you go for a dive, it will start and speed you up. And essentially what's going to happen is a momentum timer. This momentum timer has a multiplier that the deeper you dive, the more the multiplier will go up. And then when you hit something, that momentum that you've built up is transferred into your swing. Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to cut in a comparison video. So Jordan, don't forget, you've got to cut in and check your little comparison for people to say. We'll go a big swing and we'll go a small swing. So yeah, that's basically how it works. Oh boy, this is weird as f. Hello, my name's Jordan, and I feel really weird right now. So what I was gonna do, like the reason I'm showing you what I look like, is because I have no other way. I mean, I could do another way of showing you how the combat's gonna work, but I feel like this is probably the easiest. Basically, I want to intertwine my combat mechanics with the movement mechanics, because if I don't do that, then there's going to be like this weird thing where it kind of made it so it was like, it was janky because it was like there were two separate things. Well, I've had a little bit of an epiphany and I've realized that you've got to kind of intertwine it together. Like I've got to make the movement first and then the combat will be put on top of that. Basically what I want it to be like is, since you can use your hands, since you use your left and your right hand to grab, or for you it might be flipped. Oh, actually no, that works. So since you use your left and your right hand to grab, what I want to be able to do is use the same momentum system, so you still like use the direction of the camera to build up the speed for the fist. So the harder you do the camera, the harder the fist will go, and the more you'll be able to yeet your enemies basically. And the way I'll add a little bit of nuance to it is kind of like a realistic type counter system, where if an enemy throws a punch at you, you can like aim at their hand and grab it, and you can either throw them with the camera, like just like you can with the walls, or you can kind of get your other hand and counter them. Like, I don't know how that's gonna work yet. I haven't even tested it, but I reckon it's gonna be really cool. So to reiterate some of the combat stuff, this just looks so shit. I'll have to get a webcam. Anyway, humble beginnings, am I right? Basically what I've got here for combat is... Okay, here's the list of moves that I've got that I wrote down ages ago. I really wish I'd dated it. Basically, we've got jabs, we've got hooks, throws, executions, grab, counter, and disarm. We actually have one called Sparta Kick too, which would be sick. I'll give you an active demonstration. So a jab is like this. Wow. Everyone that can fight is like, is that what it is? So we got jabs, wah. We got hooks, wah, which is like an across type motion. Which I guess you could also do an uppercut, like, wow, and we launch them up. We got throws, which is kind of self-explanatory. So if a motherfucker throws, you'll be able to catch and throw them, which could trigger like a stagger. So if you stagger someone, then you can execute them. Now, executions are going to be pretty fun, I reckon. I don't know if I want to make it so it's like an animation execution, like in For Honor, or if I want to make it kind of like your own execution. I feel like I'd rather make it your own execution, but we'll see. Yep, so you can grab and counter as well. So you'll be able to grab their hand with one, and then with the other hand, you'll be able to fucking bam. And then with disarms, you'll be able to, if they have a weapon, you'll be able to bam, bam, grab the weapon, and then fucking pow. That's like pretty much how the combat's gonna work. And you'll be able to chain together different types of punches. The fact that you can like chain combos together, and if you do a good combo, then you'll be able to get like some type of special effect from that. Just like a really good way to get you more involved into the game, because I feel like a lot of PC games, it's kind of just like it's like you don't get any kind of involvement. But with this type of system, kind of like Mordhau or Chivalry or those types of games, it will get you more involved in the experience. And I think that type of gameplay is way more interesting and way more gripping, and it's the type of gameplay I want in a game. So that's basically why I'm making it. You'll be able to get all different types of upgrades and abilities, and be able to dive on motherfuckers and just fucking smack them. So while you're here, I'll talk to you about progression. Do I want to talk about story? I'm not going to talk about story right now. I'll just talk about how it's going to progress gameplay wise. So basically the way that I've got it in my brain right now is it's going to be kind of like Binding of Isaac or Risk of Rain. And you'll be able to find abilities and kind of just like clump your build together until you're like a powerhouse. I'll put some shit up on screen so you can kind of see what I mean. But yeah, that's pretty much how progression is going to work. And probably at the end of each level, I'll give you a new ability, like give you the choice between a new ability. Yeah, I kind of like that kind of roguelike type of experience, because then it's really varied and it's super easy to add things to. Where if it's kind of like a linear progression, it's just not as digestible. You've got to kind of put a lot more dedication into the game. And I mean, I want people to be dedicated, but I want them to kind of do it out of their own time, like out of their own fun. With Assassin's Creed or something, like what I'm thinking of right now is like Assassin's Creed or something, where you've got to kind of you've got to invest a lot of time into it. But with my game, or with Risk of Rain or Binding of Isaac or anything like that, you don't really have to. So yeah, that's pretty much how progression is going to work. I'll conclude the video. You've seen my face now, if you haven't already. I feel like pretty much everyone that watches this video right now is someone that knows me. If you don't know me, or even if you do, I hope it was entertaining for you, and I hope that I've gotten you a little bit more excited about my game, because I'm fucking excited about it. It's gonna be so sick, man. I'm already so stoked with how it is right now. Before long, when I've starting to got some combat in there, it's gonna be sick. Keep updated. I'm going to put it on Steam soon. It's going to be called Dooshmoovin. Please leave a comment if you want to know anything, or if you enjoyed something and you want to, I don't know, leave a comment. Tell me what you thought. Tell me if you hated it. Whatever. How the fuck do you conclude a video? I don't know. Goodbye.